The tallest creature on Earth, across the golden savanna of Africa, under the blazing sun and endless skies, a shadow rises taller than all others. It moves gracefully, like a tower in motion, swaying from side to side as it takes slow, deliberate steps. This is not a tree walking across the plains, though at first glance it may seem so. This is Earth's tallest living animal, the giraffe. For millions of years, giraffes have roamed the landscapes of Africa. Their towering necks, long legs, and patterned coats make them one of the most recognizable creatures in the world. But behind their gentle appearance lies a story of survival, adaptation, and wonder that stretches back to the dawn of time. Imagine yourself standing at the edge of the Serengeti in Tanzania. The air is warm, filled with the sounds of cicadas and distant calls of birds. Suddenly, you notice movement on the horizon. At first, you think it is a group of strange, swaying trees. But as they come closer, you see them clearly, giraffes, moving together in calm silence. Each step is slow, but powerful. Their long necks rise high above the shrubs, giving them a vantage point that no other animal possesses. A mother giraffe leads the way, and by her side walks a young calf, still shaky on its legs. Together, they search for leaves at the very tops of the acacia trees, places that other animals can only dream of reaching. This is the giraffe's secret power, their extraordinary height. It is both a gift and a challenge, shaping every part of their lives. A creature of extremes, the giraffe is a creature of extremes. At 5 to 6 meters, 16 to 20 feet tall, it towers above all other land animals. Its heart weighs nearly 11 kilograms, 25 pounds, and must pump blood all the way up its neck, sometimes almost 3 meters, to reach its brain. A giraffe's tongue is nearly 45 centimeters, 18 inches, long, strong and dark-colored to resist sunburn, perfectly designed for stripping leaves from thorny branches. And yet, despite this massive body, giraffes are remarkably gentle. They are plant eaters, browsing peacefully among trees. This contrast, immense size, yet soft behavior, has fascinated humans for centuries. Ancient Egyptians painted giraffes on the walls of their tombs. African tribes told stories of their beauty and mystery. Even today, when we see a giraffe in the wild or in a wildlife documentary, we are struck with awe. But how did this animal come to be so tall? And why does it live the way it does? To understand the giraffe, we must go deeper into its history, its body, and its world. Masters of the savanna, the African savanna is a land of abundance and scarcity. In the wet season, rains bring carpets of grass and leaves. In the dry season, the land turns brown, and food becomes scarce. Animals here must either dig, graze, or adapt. For the giraffe, adaptation came in the form of height. By reaching the highest branches of trees, giraffes can feed on leaves that no antelope, zebra, or even elephant can reach. This advantage allowed them to survive where others might struggle. Picture a group of giraffes gathered around an acacia tree. Their long black tongues curl around thorny branches, carefully pulling off tender green leaves. Smaller antelopes feed below, searching for what has fallen. Elephants use their trunks to strip bark. But the giraffe? It goes straight for the highest, freshest leaves, the top floor of nature's dining hall. A gentle giant's personality, unlike lions, who roar to claim their territory, or elephants, who trumpet to show dominance, giraffes live in quiet dignity. They rarely make loud sounds. In fact, for many years, scientists believed giraffes were completely silent. Only recently have researchers discovered that they produce low-frequency humming sounds at night, perhaps to communicate in ways our ears cannot fully hear. A giraffe's world is not about speed, noise, or aggression. It is about patience, calmness, and reaching higher, literally and figuratively. When you watch a giraffe walk, you see this rhythm, slow, swaying, deliberate steps, as though it carries the wisdom of ages. But do not mistake their calmness for weakness. When threatened, giraffes can deliver powerful kicks that can kill a lion with a single blow. They are gentle, but not defenseless, a symbol of wonder. Throughout history, giraffes have inspired wonder. In the 15th century, when the first giraffes were brought to China and Europe, they were described as camel leopards because their bodies resembled camels and their spots resembled leopards. The name stuck. Today, the giraffe's scientific name is Giraffe camelopardalis. To many cultures, giraffes symbolized grace, vision, and mystery. Their long necks seemed to connect earth and sky. Their calm behavior represented peace. And their unique beauty made them animals of legend. Today, they still hold this place in our imagination. From children's storybooks to wildlife documentaries, giraffes capture our hearts. They are creatures of elegance and quiet power. As the sun sets over the savanna, the giraffes continue their slow journey. Their shadows stretch across the golden grass, long and graceful. A calf pauses, looking curiously at the horizon, while its mother lowers her head to nudge it forward. In this moment, we see the essence of the giraffe, tall, peaceful, watchful. A symbol of survival in a land of challenges. A gentle reminder of nature's creativity. And so, our journey into the world of giraffes begins. In the chapters ahead, we will discover where these giants came from, how their bodies defy the laws of biology, how they live, love, and survive, and why their future depends on us. The giraffe is more than just the tallest animal, it is one of the most extraordinary stories of evolution on Earth. Before the giraffe stretched its long neck toward the heavens, before its patterned coat shimmered under the African sun, there were smaller, stranger creatures that walked the earth. To understand the giraffe we know today, we must step back in time, millions of years, into a world where its ancestors first took shape. Imagine the African landscape not as we see it now, but as a green paradise of forests, rivers, and wetlands. The land was alive with creatures that looked both familiar and strange. Among them were the early relatives of giraffes, short-necked, deer-like animals that would one day give rise to Earth's tallest giant. The origins. Where did giraffes come from? Giraffes belong to a family of animals called Giraffidae, a group that first appeared about 20 to 25 million years ago during the Miocene epoch. This family has only two living members today, the giraffe, Giraffe camelopardalis, the okapi, Okapia johnstoni, a shy, forest-dwelling relative that lives in the rainforests of the Congo. But in the past, giraffids were far more diverse. Fossils reveal at least 30 different species of giraffids once roamed across Africa, Europe, and Asia. Some had long necks, others had short ones. Some had strange horns, while others had bodies shaped like antelopes, the early ancestors. One of the earliest known giraffids was Canthumerix, a small, antelope-like animal that lived about 25 million years ago in Africa. It didn't look much like a giraffe, its neck was short, and it was closer in size to a modern gazelle. But its bone structure reveals it was already on the evolutionary path that would one day lead to the giraffe. From Canthumerix came a variety of giraffid species that spread out across continents. Samotherium, the transitional form. Around 12 million years ago, in parts of Europe and Asia, there lived Samotherium, a giraffid with a moderately long neck, longer than its ancestors, but shorter than modern giraffes. Fossil studies show its neck bones were stretched in a way that suggests the beginnings of the giraffe's iconic feature. Samotherium represents a crucial bridge species, showing how gradual changes gave rise to the extreme neck of today's giraffes. The heavy giant, another fascinating ancestor, was Civatherium, which lived about 1 to 2 million years ago across Africa and India. Unlike modern giraffes, Civatherium was stocky and powerful, resembling a cross between a giraffe and a moose. It stood about 3 meters tall at the shoulder, with shorter necks and massive antler-like horns. Some scientists believe ancient humans may have encountered them before they went extinct, the living relic, the giraffe's closest living relative. The okapi offers a glimpse into the past. With its short neck, zebra-like stripes on its legs, and quiet life in the rainforests, the okapi is like a living fossil. It shows us what giraffes might have looked like before giraffes stretched upward into the treetops, why the long neck. The giraffe's long neck is its most striking feature, and one of evolution's greatest mysteries. But why did giraffes evolve such long necks? There are two main theories. 1. The feeding advantage theory. This is the traditional view. Giraffes evolved long necks to reach food that other animals couldn't. By stretching upward, they accessed leaves high in acacia trees, giving them an edge during dry seasons when food was scarce. Visual scene: a dry African savanna, where zebras and antelopes nibble at the bare grass below. Meanwhile, giraffes stretch high into the branches, feasting on green leaves untouched by others. Survival through height. 2. The neck as a weapon theory. Another explanation comes from the giraffe's behavior. Male giraffes engage in necking battles, swinging their long necks and heavy skulls like hammers against each other to compete for mates. Longer, stronger necks often win. Over millions of years, sexual selection Selection may have driven the evolution of extreme neck length. Two male giraffes face each other. Their necks swing, their heads crash in heavy blows. Dust rises as they battle. In the end, the stronger-necked male wins, passing his genes to the next generation. Most scientists today believe both factors played a role. Feeding high and fighting strong together shaped the giraffe's legendary neck. As we stand in the savannah today, giraffes walk among us as living monuments of evolution. Their ancestors once roamed far beyond Africa, but only here did the tallest of them thrive. From small, antelope-like creatures to giants with skyward necks, the giraffe's story is one of transformation, persistence, and survival. And so, as the sun rises over the grasslands, and a giraffe stretches to pluck leaves from the highest branches, we are reminded that nature is an artist, and evolution is its brush. The giraffe, the tallest animal on Earth, is the masterpiece of time itself. The mighty heart. A giraffe's heart is more than just an organ, it is a pump of extraordinary power. It weighs about 11 kilograms, 25 pounds, as heavy as a bowling ball. It is about 60 centimeters, 2 feet, long. Larger than a man's forearm, it must generate almost twice the blood pressure of a human heart, because it has to push blood nearly 3 meters upward to reach the giraffe's brain. Without this immense strength, the brain would starve of oxygen, and the giraffe could not survive. Picture the heart pounding with force, pushing red rivers of blood up the long neck. Arteries stretch like highways, carrying life upward against gravity. But this strength comes with a problem. If the heart pumps blood upward so powerfully, what happens when the giraffe lowers its head to drink? Would the brain explode from the sudden rush of pressure? Evolution's answer is brilliant. The brain's protector, the rete mirabile. Inside the giraffe's head is a special network of blood vessels called the rete mirabile, Latin for wonderful net. This network acts like a pressure control system. When the giraffe bends down to drink, instead of blood rushing violently into the brain, the rete mirabile slows and balances the flow, protecting the animal from fainting or bursting vessels. It is nature's engineering at its finest. A safety system for living tall. The legs of a giant, standing beside a giraffe. Its legs alone tower higher than most humans. A giraffe's legs are about 1.8 meters, 6 feet, long, longer than many people are tall. Each step covers a wide distance, allowing the giraffe to walk efficiently across the savannah. Despite their size, giraffes can run up to 60 kilometers per hour, 37 miles per hour, in short bursts, fast enough to escape predators, but legs this long face another challenge: blood flow. Gravity pulls blood downward, and in such tall animals, blood could pool in the legs, causing swelling. The giraffe's solution? Tight skin and unique blood vessels act like compression socks, squeezing and supporting circulation so the legs don't swell. The neck, a marvel of bones. At first glance, you might think giraffes have more neck bones than other animals. But here is the surprise: they don't. Like humans, giraffes have 7 cervical vertebrae, neck bones. The difference is size. Each bone can be over 25 centimeters, 10 inches, long. Special ball and socket joints between the vertebrae give flexibility, allowing the giraffe to bend low to drink or reach high for leaves. The neck is both tool and weapon. It feeds the giraffe, but also decides dominance during necking battles between males. The tongue, nature's tool. A giraffe's tongue is almost as famous as its neck. It is 45 to 50 centimeters, 18 to 20 inches, long. What is the savanna? The savanna is a unique ecosystem, a land caught between forest and desert. It covers much of sub-Saharan Africa. It is defined by tall grasses, scattered trees, and wide open spaces. Rain falls in seasons, not evenly throughout the year. This means the land swings between abundance and scarcity. This cycle of feast and famine shapes every animal here, including the giraffe. Giraffes in the savanna. For giraffes, the savanna is both a paradise and a challenge. The scattered acacia trees provide food that giraffes are specially built to reach. The open grasslands allow them to see predators from far away, but the vast distances mean giraffes must travel constantly, walking kilometers each day in search of fresh leaves and water. Seasons of survival. The savanna is ruled by 2 seasons: the wet season and the dry season. Wet season, a time of plenty. When the rains come, the savanna bursts into life. Grasses grow tall, trees sprout new leaves, and rivers flow again. For giraffes, this is the easiest time. Leaves are abundant and nutritious. Calves born during this time have a higher chance of survival. Predators, though still dangerous, are less desperate than in the dry season. Dry season, a test of endurance. When the rains stop, the land changes. Grasses dry out, trees lose leaves, and water holes shrink. Giraffes must walk farther to find food. They rely on tough acacia leaves, which stay green longer than other plants. Predators grow bolder as prey animals weaken. The giraffe does not live alone. It shares the savanna with some of the greatest animals on Earth: elephants, the only other giants of the savanna. They eat bark, fruits, and branches, sometimes competing with giraffes for trees. Zebras and antelopes, grazers who eat grasses, often feeding below giraffes. Together they form a layered system. Giraffes eat the top, antelopes the middle, zebras the bottom. Lions, the greatest threat to giraffes. Lions rarely attack adults unless desperate, but calves are vulnerable. Hyenas and wild dogs, opportunistic hunters, more likely to target young or weak giraffes. Movie camera visual scene. The camera pans across a watering hole. Elephants splash in the shallows, zebras graze nearby, and above them all, giraffes stretch for high leaves. The savanna is a web of connections, each species depending on the others. Deciduous tree. The acacia tree, lifeline of the giraffe. No tree is more important to giraffes than the acacia. Its leaves are rich in nutrients. Its thorns protect it from most animals, but giraffes' long tongues slip past them. Some species release chemicals into their leaves when eaten, making them bitter. Astonishingly, nearby acacia trees smell this chemical in the air and produce bitterness too, like a forest-wide alarm system. This silent battle between giraffes and trees has shaped both species over millions of years. Survival strategies. Life in the savanna is dangerous, but giraffes have strategies. 1. Hide as vision. Their tall necks give them a wide view, spotting predators earlier than most animals. 2. Group living. Giraffes often stay in loose groups. Many eyes mean more safety. 3. Speed and power. Despite their size, giraffes can run up to 60 kilometers per hour, 37 miles per hour. Their kicks are deadly to lions. Night on the savannah. The savannah changes after dark. Lions prowl in the shadows. Hyenas laugh and call to each other. The grasses whisper in the wind. For giraffes, night is a time of alertness. They sleep very little, sometimes only 30 minutes a day, broken into short naps. Even then, they sleep standing up, or curl briefly on the ground, always ready to rise at the first sign of danger. The giraffe's role in the savannah. Giraffes are more than survivors, they are shapers of the ecosystem. By eating high branches, they prune trees, helping them grow stronger. They spread seeds through their dung. Plan. Lions, the greatest threat to giraffes. Lions rarely attack adults unless desperate, but calves are vulnerable. Hyenas and wild dogs, opportunistic hunters, more likely to target young or weak giraffes. Movie camera visual scene. The camera pans across a watering hole. Elephants splash in the shallows, zebras graze nearby, and above them all, giraffes stretch for high leaves. The savannah is a web of connections, each species depending on the others. Deciduous tree. The acacia tree, lifeline of the giraffe. No tree is more important to giraffes than the acacia. Its leaves are rich in nutrients. Its thorns protect it from most animals, but giraffes' long tongues slip past them. Some species release chemicals into their leaves when eaten, making them bitter. Astonishingly, nearby acacia trees smell this chemical in the air and produce bitterness too, like a forest-wide alarm system. This silent battle between giraffes and trees has shaped both species over millions of years. Survival strategies. Life in the savannah is dangerous, but giraffes have strategies. 1. Hide as vision. Their tall necks give them a wide view, spotting predators earlier than most animals. 2. Group living. Giraffes often stay in loose groups. Many eyes mean more safety. 3. Speed and power. Despite their size, giraffes can run up to 60 kilometers per hour, 37 miles per hour. Their kicks are deadly to lions. Night on the savannah. The savannah changes after dark. Lions prowl in the shadows. Hyenas laugh and call to each other. The grasses whisper in the wind. For giraffes, night is a time of alertness. They sleep very little, sometimes only 30 minutes a day, broken into short naps. Even then, they sleep standing up, or curl briefly on the ground, always ready to rise at the first sign of danger. The giraffe's role in the savannah. Giraffes are more than survivors, they are shapers of the ecosystem. By eating high branches, they prune trees, helping them grow stronger. They spread seeds through their dung. Plan. As the day ends, the giraffes move slowly across the golden horizon. They are silent, almost ghostly, their long necks swaying like tall ships sailing through a sea of grass. The savannah is a place of hardship and beauty. And here, the giraffe thrives, not by force, not by roar, but by quiet adaptation, grace, and vision. The tallest creature on earth belongs perfectly in this land of extremes. The savannah is not just their home, it is their kingdom.